Hello, hello. Come on in. Join the party. Yeah, go ahead and ask. Hey, May, what are we celebrating on? July 13th, 2025. Seems like kind of a random date for a celebration, right? Yeah. Well, guess what? We are having a celebration, so you came to the right place if you like a reason to celebrate. So come on in and get whatever you need for a celebration. You want to bring a beverage? Bring a beverage. Yeah, you want to bring your crafting? Bring your crafting. You want to dance around with your crochet hook? Go right ahead. Yeah, that's the kind of party we're having. So what are we celebrating? We are celebrating my 100th video on YouTube. That's right. I can't even believe it myself. Wow. So, you know what? The very first thing that I want to do is thank each and every one of my viewers and my new subscribers. Seriously, if you're a subscriber, thank you, because that's what really matters to YouTube. Subscribers and watch time, okay? So thank you to all my new subscribers, and thank you to my viewers, whether you've watched, whether this is your first video of mine to watch, or whether you've watched all 100. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means so much to me that you choose to give to share time with me, right? Because I've said it before, your time is valuable. We only have 24 hours in a day. There's only so much we can do, and there's so many other things you could be watching or doing or listening to, right? Plus work, family, all those kinds of things. So seriously, it's a privilege that you choose to come back over and over and watch my videos and hang out with me. So yeah, I wouldn't still likely be doing this. I probably wouldn't have 100 videos if I wasn't getting some viewers and some subscribers. So thank you. That means a lot to me. So you know what? Because we're having a celebration, I was thinking like, what do we need for a celebration on a YouTube channel that is mostly oh, and by the way, I just want to say, if you are a returning viewer, what do I usually say, right? Thank you for your patience while I briefly introduce myself to anybody who might be new to my channel. Hi, my name's May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies, and I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, too blind to drive, colorblind, blind by the light. If you want more information about my visual condition or diagnosis, please feel free to watch my very first video on YouTube called Introduction. Okay, that's out of the way. Now you know who you're talking to. So let's commence with the celebrating. Yeah. So not only are we celebrating, but when I first started YouTube, I had no idea how many videos I was going to put. I was like, well, maybe 1 a week, maybe 2 a week, maybe 3 a week. And then guess what? Soon enough, after 90 days, in my first 90 days, I realized I had done 50 videos in 90 days. That was more than I ever thought I'd be doing. I was excited. There's a whole video on it. Come celebrate 50 videos in 90 days. And then after that, I was so excited by that, I just started putting out a video every single day. Boom, 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 banging them out. Yeah, I did my second 50 videos 51 to 100, in 52 days. I can't even believe it myself, seriously. I took off the 4th of July and Memorial Day. Is that a good idea? I don't know. Let's talk about it. I'd love to hear from you, the viewer. Do you like a video every single day? Is that too much? It might be. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'd like to hear from you. Would you rather see a few less, maybe 5 days a week? Is that better for you? What about taking off holidays? I thought it'd be a good idea just because, people are traveling, they're spending time with family, they're going to celebrations. But then again, I do know that there are shut-ins, seniors, people with disabilities who are at home and they enjoy the company because they're not going to those celebrations. So we'll talk more about that from my perspective in a later video. And also, do I have the energy and stamina to keep doing a video every day? Well, that remains to be determined, whether or not I can keep up with that pace. It is hard some days, but I do enjoy it. I have mixed feelings about it sometimes, but that's a topic for another video, right? That's not what we want to talk about on a celebration. Hardly. Yeah. So, anyways, you know what? For a celebration on a YouTube channel that mostly talks about yarn, I feel like I was like, we need either a yarn unboxing where we look at new yarn, or I was thinking like I should order a really fun yarn, like a celebratory yarn, like something like that said celebration or holiday, something glittery, something shiny, something fun. And then I was like, but what about maybe an FO, a finished object that you haven't seen yet? I mean, you saw it on a Whip Wednesday video, yeah, but you haven't seen it on a Finish It Friday video. And guess what? You won't, because yeah, we're gonna reveal it here today for the celebration. Yeah, we are. Look at this. If you saw my Whip Wednesday video, from my parents' backyard on vacation, you saw me working in the car. Actually, it's like my vacation video where you saw peeks of it, little bits of it, while I was working on it in the car, and then you saw me sitting outside. If you do have any sight at all, I do hope I have other visually impaired people on my channel, because I really do believe knitting and crocheting are something you can do tactily. It's totally something that blind and visually impaired people can do. So, if you are one of my sighted viewers, partially sighted viewers, maybe visually impaired, you will probably really recognize that Whip Wednesday video, because I'm sitting outside and not here in this bed, right, with the wood headboard behind us and the blanket. We're sitting outside in my parents' backyard on a blanket in the grass in front of some apricot trees. Totally different scenery. So that's what I was working on there. This shawl is a free YouTube tutorial by Crystal from Bagode Crochet. I believe it's called Easy 2-Row Repeat Present Day Shawl, and it is crocheted in the Hobby Christmas Glitter Wheel of Alpaca. Yeah, honestly, if I was gonna throw a party, I mean, really, like some of the YouTube channels right now are doing Christmas in July. Now, did I think about participating in Christmas in July? I did. But, if you're a returning viewer, I had family stuff going on and just wasn't able to just clean and pack and organize and doing time with the family. Now I'm back, and guess what? I'm back to cleaning and unpacking and reorganizing my life. Yeah, it's still kind of chaotic around here. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't finished unpacking yet, okay? So, as much as I wanted to do some of the fun Christmas in July stuff that was happening, I thought, you know what? If I don't have time to do that, then let's definitely do the Christmas Glitter Wheel of Alpaca. I love this so much. If you are blind or visually impaired, or if you're colorblind like me, the Christmas glitter is a strand of gold thread woven throughout the whole shawl, and then it starts at the bottom. It's a beautiful red, and then it's a 2-ply yarn. Okay, so a 2-ply is usually 5 or 6 strands of yarn together, right? And so this is, as it moves up, they start weaving in different colors. So some of the strands are like green, and then they start using more green, lighter greens. The green gets lighter, and then there's no more red. And then I did have this described to me by my family, but not in super in-depth detail. So I could be a little off. And then there's dark green, and the dark green changes to a light green, and then the light green yarn, they start using a white strand with that, and then it gets fades to white with lighter green, and then the green, as it gets pretty close to almost no green, starts changing over to a dark brown and white, and then brown and light brown. It is gorgeous. I love this. So now here's the only sad thing. I mean, do we really want to talk about something sad on my celebration? I don't know. But I did go, because I started working on this, right? And then I went back to a hobby thinking I needed to order another one of these. And guess what? They don't sell them anymore. Yeah, sad face, right? Sad face. No more Christmas glitter wheel of alpaca. So this is the only one that I have. This is a yarn that I really, really regret not buying more of, because I love it. I can't think of anything more celebratory than like Christmas colors, red and green, gold glitter, and alpaca. Because let me be honest with you, this Christmas glitter wheel of alpaca is the next best thing to having a real alpaca at my celebration. And you know, I want to have a real alpaca at my celebration. You know I do. Yeah. So since I can't, then Christmas glitter gold alpaca will have to do. I love this yarn. Now here's the thing. Here's what I do here. I'm gonna put it on. If you're visually impaired, right, I'm gonna wear this thing. Does it match my purple dress that I knit and designed myself? Well, no, probably not. But hey, is it a little too warm here in Washington State, where it's been like 86 degrees all day? Is it a little too warm to wear an alpaca shawl today? Yeah, it is. But hey, here we go. I'll put it on anyway because this shawl is so long. I'm loving wearing it this way, right? Where I drape it around me, wrap the ends around, and then tie them on the side in a little knot. I'm thinking that's a pretty cool way to wear this thing. What do you all think? So many ways to wear a shawl. So I'm loving it. Are we going to find more wheel of alpaca? Yeah. Got it on from some pretty good YouTube sources, right? Out in the YouTube verse, Crystal from Bago Day and Shannon from Another Yarn both say that the Yarn Art Cakes Wheel of Alpaca on Amazon are the exact same thing. They're manufactured by the same people, different labels. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do. It's not going to have glitter. Sad face, right? No glitter. But I just have to knit with this yarn now. I can't just crochet with it. I have to knit with it. It really is fuzzy and soft. Yeah, it's only 20% alpaca, but you know what? You can feel that 20%. So this is the perfect accessory for my celebration. So anyway, let's talk about where we've been in the last 50 videos and where we're going, okay? So now, I thought it would be really fun to bring like everything with me that we've done in the last 50 days. But you know what? Especially the Vine lace weight mohair scarf. I'm not going to lie. I had my doubts if that thing was ever going to get finished. I did. I was like, what was I thinking? Right? What was I thinking? It took me probably close to 2 months to get that done. And it felt slow. But in the end, when I started being like just focused on it, bam, I got that baby done. So now I wanted to bring it out, but I thought, you know what? I just made a video on it for Saturday. Saturday surprise. You just saw it. So you don't really want to see it again, do you? I don't think you do, right? But I'm not going to lie. Having this channel has really got me to do things that I didn't think I'd be doing. It's pushed me out of my comfort zone, right? And, got me to try different yarns, which is one of the things I want to do by having this channel is try different yarns, try new skills, make new things that I've never made before. And of course, try to continue to design more clothes. Yeah. So, that's kind of where I want to go with this channel is I want to continue to try more new yarns, right? Let me know, do you like that? Like I do on my channel, I've got a variety of different types of videos, right? We got like Whip Wednesday videos, we got Finish It Friday videos, we got yarn sale videos, and we got yarn unboxing videos. And then we've got a few tutorials. Yeah, seriously, I made tutorials. I am so excited about that. I wasn't sure if I'd ever be doing that, but I made a tutorial on how to make a magic ring, how to do a basic granny square, and I even designed my own crochet soap sack. I'm very excited about that. So, you know, if you watched those, even if you didn't make them, you know what? Thank you for watching. If you did make them, let me know in the comment section. Like, were they easy to follow? Are there things I could do better? I am still a whip. I'm still a work in progress. And this channel is most definitely still a work in progress. So I'm growing and learning with every single video. You know, after I make a video, I listen to it myself to make sure it sounds okay, to make sure it's okay, make sure I didn't say anything too goofy to upload to YouTube. I mean, really. So, and then once I upload it there, I listen to it once so that I can truly like listen, evaluate, and learn and grow as a content creator. Because I'm not going to lie, as a new content creator, even though I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cringy, right? So I just keep trying to hope to get better for you. So also, we were talking about different types of videos that I had before I squirreled off to the side and got distracted, right? You know that happens with me. Types of videos that I have. So we've also got like tools, tips, tricks, techniques, and then we've got yarn reviews. Yeah, we got that kind of stuff. So, and then of course we've got a few cooking videos thrown in there. We've got a few that have to do with disabilities and visual impairments, and a few Not Your Therapist Thursday videos where I sit and craft and talk to you, because if you don't know yet, yeah, I do have a doctorate degree in psychology, and I even worked in college counseling for a while, doing mental health. So I do think we're going to do a few more of those, but I want to hear from you. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm very, very open to constructive criticism. But, you know, if you're just going to be, you know, negative or hateful or demeaning or name calling, well, that's not really going to help me grow per se as a person. You know. So, but if you truly are like, you know, maybe this or, you know, that, or, you know, if it's something that, that is truly something that can help me be better on YouTube, then of course I want to hear about that. Maybe it's on my tutorials where you could say, you know, you didn't say whether we chain here or that, you know, just, you know, something. I do know sometimes in my tutorials, I do get off camera sometimes, and I try very hard to stay on camera, but that is really hard for me to tell if I'm on camera. So, but let me know what types of videos you like. Let me know if there's something you want more of. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if there's topics that you want me to cover. Okay, now I'm going to be honest with you. You can make requests and suggestions, and because I do this for you as much as I do it for me, I'm very open to that. But I'm not going to do something crazy, something bizarre just to go viral. Are the people who do it on the internet? Of course there are. They say bizarre things. They do bizarre things because they're looking for that viral moment. I'm not that girl. I'm okay with slow, natural growth on YouTube, okay? But, you know, if there is something that you want to say or suggest or say, hey, I'd like to see you do a yarn, like, okay. One of the things about having this channel is it's really getting me to try new yarns. And so I've been trying to get and buy more premier yarns. Been watching those yarn sales, right? So I've been doing some yarn reviews. Do you like the yarn reviews? I mean, I'm honest with you in them all. They're just my experience. And I'm just one person. I don't consider myself the only person in the world or the expert on all of that. So it's just my opinion, my experience, and what my thoughts are on the yarn, what I think is good for, all that kind of stuff. But do you like them? Do you not like them? And if you do enjoy them, let me know if there's yarns that you would specifically like for me to try. I've done my yarn reviews on the Premier Home Cotton, which was new to me. And then I haven't done a yarn review yet on the Premier Dotty Cotton, but you have seen me complete 2 knitted projects, 2 adorable baby projects. Yeah. And I am really loving the yarn so far. No yarn review yet because I haven't crocheted with it yet. And I definitely think that it's important for me to both knit and crochet with a yarn before, at least try, right? Before I do a yarn review with the yarn. Yeah. So, but let me know if you enjoy those or not. What about the yarn sale videos? Do you like the yarn sale videos? I think they're really fun to do. But you know, sometimes the sales are like quick. They're flash sales. They're like 2-day sales. And you know, some of the yarn sales are literally like a day sale. So do you want more yarn sales? I was able to get the kickoff of the Knit Picks We Crochet summer yarn sale done. You know what? I think it's getting kind of dark in here. Do you all want the light on? Would you like to have more light on? I don't know. I mean, I don't even think about it. For me, if you don't know yet, I am blinded by light. So it's difficult for me to make videos in the daytime. So I tend to make them in the evening. But at the same time, right, I know sighted people like to see. So I know it's getting kind of dark in here. So maybe I will try and turn the light on for you, just so you can see me. I know sighted people like that. So there you go. Is that better? Do you like that so you can see me more? So I was able to do the Knit Picks We Crochet. They had a flash like 2-day sale, and it's called $2, $4, $6 yarn, 2 days only. I got that done the day I got the email, got that out so that you had all that evening and the full next day. And I know, you know, it's still fun to watch a yarn sale video, even if the sale is over, because you know what, if you like what you see, then it's something you can keep an eye out for in the future, right? So do you like them even if they're quick sales? What about the 1-day sales? I feel like those are like, that might be a bit much, right? To do a 1-day flash sale. But I know Webb's does a lot of like 1-day, you know, daily deal type things. So, you know, would you want shorts about daily deal? Do you watch the shorts? I know that there are different types of like, you know, video consumers out there. Some people love long form content and do not do shorts at all. Other people love the shorts, and that's pretty much all they watch. I do have 9 shorts on YouTube right now. I'm not counting them in my 100-day count. I just, you know, I'm going to do the count, sure, but they don't. To me, it's 100 videos plus the 9 shorts. I mean, we could do shorts about the flash sales, but I don't know. Let me know if you're somebody who watches YouTube. Do you watch both long form content and the shorts? Would you want quick like flash sale videos in shorts? Do you want more shorts? Are you into that? Like, would you want just quick videos of me stitching, right? I like just showing you what I'm doing every day. I don't know. I want to hear from you. So do you want more yarn sale videos? Do you think they're fun? I was going to do a, was out of town when Knit Picks Week. If you don't know the Knit Picks We Crochet yarn sale, summer yarn sale, it's like a 6-week event. It is like a big old summer yarn party, okay? Which I love. So I did that, you know, quick flash sale, $2 for a $6 yarn sale. Then they have their lace and fingering weight sale, which I was out of town for that. So I didn't bring Yarn Mountain with me. I didn't. I didn't. So, yeah. But, you know, I came back and they were having a DK sport weight sale, but honestly, I was just a little too tired to do that, feeling like I really had to do other things around the house. So I didn't make that one. But you know what? The next best thing, if I can't do a yarn sale video for you, then yeah, your girl did get on the internet and shop that yarn. So I was too tired to make the video, but I wasn't too tired to shop the yarn sale. But did I buy a lot? No, not too much, because as I always say about yarn sales, budget and space, right? Budget and space. So I love to do yarn unboxings. You know that, right? But Budget and space. I can only afford to buy so much new yarn. And I only have so much space. I can only stitch through all that yarn so quickly. So, that's a factor, but you know, I love doing yarn unboxing videos, yarn hauls, right? The yarn hauls, and I love watching them. You know I do. I love watching yarn haul videos, yarn unboxings, yarn orders, and people get their. I love what Crystal gets a yarn order, and I love to watch that. Creative Grandma does those. Krista from the Secret Yarn, she does like her big old yarn hauls from Ice Yarns once or twice a year or something. I love those videos. Yeah, fun stuff. I just like to learn about more yarns. I love to hear about them. So I love to do yarn unboxing, yarn order, yarn haul videos, but you know, we're limited. So did I place an order? Yes, but it is a small order, you know, because I can't afford a lot and, you know, don't have the space, but you will of course get to see it at some point. So let me know. Do you like to watch yarn unboxing videos? Do you like yarn haul videos as much as I do? Yeah, they're pretty exciting. So, what else types of videos do you like? I like to do the Finish Your Friday videos just because I like to be able to show you what I've been working on. And I like to, you know, maybe explain to you how I adapted the pattern, or if it's my own design, how I designed it. Now, I didn't want to bring out everything that I did make, right, over the last, you know, like 50 videos in 52 days, but I did bring a couple of my tank tops that I designed myself. We got the white one. Right, this is crochet on the bottom, it's knit on top. We got our little shell sleeves straps on there. And of course we have the purple one in the pageant. I designed and knit both of these myself. You've seen them in the last 50 days. I've even worn the purple pageant one in the last, in at least one, maybe two videos. So, you know, as much as I wanted to bring out everything, I did. I thought, you've seen them. You've seen these videos in Whip Wednesday videos. You've seen them in Finish It Friday videos. You've seen them in Yarn Review videos. But I can't lie, I love doing the Finish It Fridays just so I can, even if it's my own design, like these tank tops, I love being able to share with you how I designed it. And I really hope that I encourage you to start designing and creating your own projects. I'm on here on YouTube for a number of reasons. One, to educate about visual impairments. Two, to encourage other people with visual impairments to knit and crochet. And three, to encourage everybody out there to start designing, right? Start making up your own project. Start really freeing yourself from the pattern. I'm not saying patterns are wrong. I still love to use patterns and work other people's patterns, but I am having more fun designing my own patterns. So that is, got a little snag in that. Oh my goodness, y'all. Ooh, that's not good. I gotta take care of that right away. I washed this tank top at my parents' house, and guess what? Yeah, it's coming unraveled there, so I definitely have to fix that. That's not a celebratory moment. So that's something I gotta fix. But anyways, I like to do those so that I can either explain to you my design process, what I did, or I can explain to you, you know, what I might have done to modify a pattern, or maybe a pattern that I chose to improve my skills, right? Like I did a Finish It Friday on a placemat that I did from Crystal by Bag O'Day, a free YouTube tutorial. And I did that because I really wanted to practice some new stitches. And that's definitely one place. There's both of these topics that I'm talking about are where I want to go with the channel. I want to, one, learn a lot more crochet stitches. I'm going to be real with you. I am still, I don't say I'm new to crochet, but I'm not quite to a year, I don't think. I think it was probably August sometime of 2024 when I really got serious and said, I'm going to learn how to crochet. right? I mean, you've seen disaster dishcloth on my channel, and that was August of 2023. But after disaster dishcloth, I threw up my hands and said, I'm done with crochet. And so I don't really count that. That's when I started to learn how to crochet. I don't count that until 2024 when I was like really focused. And I started doing more than one disaster dishcloth. So I know that there's a lot more to crochet. There's a lot more stitches out there for me to learn in crochet. So, and I'm not going to be a better designer if I don't learn those stitches first. So that's definitely one of my goals for the next 100 videos, probably the next 100 videos. Probably won't celebrate again until 100 videos, but who knows? I love to celebrate. So maybe we will do a 150 video celebration. But one of my goals for the next, rest of the year, whatever, is to learn more crochet stitches. And of course, it is also to learn more design garment construction, right? You can tell, I'm sure you can tell if you have some sight. These two tank tops are basically the same type of design, right? I start at the bottom, I work up to the top, then I put my stitches for my straps on holders. I'm really sad about this, y'all. I've got to fix this. This hole that I've discovered where it's going to come unraveled, where I have a loose thread. So, and then I put the stitches on holders, right? And then I go back and I work the straps, and that's the same on both of these. So I'm getting pretty good at knitting and designing tank tops, but I want to do more than that. I've knit other styles of top. Oh, and I can design raglans too, right? We know from my hoodie and Mr. Bear's hoodie. Hello, Mr. Bear. Thanks for coming to our celebration. Yeah, you know Mr. Bear wanted to have confetti again, right? I love confetti too, but I do veto. I veto the confetti because it's really hard to clean up. It's messy, okay? Yeah, I love it, but it's messy. So, yeah, sorry, Mr. Bear. He almost didn't want to come because I told him no confetti. I had to drag him out and get him up here for the party. Yeah. That Baxter the Bunny didn't even show up because there was no confetti. For real. So, anyways, I do know how to design top-down raglan style sweaters too, like my hoodie, and I've got the two-tone blue sweater in my profile picture. That's also a top-down raglan, so I can design like that too. But I can do some skirt designs. I need to get better at doing bottom-up skirt designs, right? But there's a lot more garment construction design techniques that I still need to learn. So those are the things that my goals are for the next, rest of the year. Learn more crochet stitches and learn more garment construction techniques. So, but I definitely want to hear from you, my dear viewers. Do you like the Whip Wednesday videos? Is that fun for you to have like a crafting buddy? A lot of us like to have a crafting. If you're in the crafting burst here on YouTube, it's kind of fun to just put on your people, see what people are doing, put them on, and sit down and knit or crochet or sew or quilt or whatever. I clean, I cook, I eat lunch with some of my favorite YouTube crafters, right? So, let me know if you enjoy the Whip Wednesday videos. I feel like I should try to keep them to like about 30 minutes. However, sometimes if I'm knitting, like I just did my knitting one with the shawl, and I was like, yeah, let's do another row. But those rows were like, almost 300 stitches. So by the time I got back, the video ended up being 45 minutes. So that is the thing, is once I start knitting, especially with knitting, I can just knit and talk and knit, right? And just knit and talk. So, sometimes they get a little bit longer, but let me know. Would you prefer them to be a little shorter, like about 30 minutes? Do you don't mind having a 45-minute video if we're just conversating? Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to ask you, my dear viewer, on that Whip Wednesday video where I'm working on the knit Noble Crescent shawl, I'm going to be real with you. That video was take 2. Because the first time I recorded it, you know, I like to record in the evening. So the light naturally was better for me. But what I didn't realize is out that window over there, out that other window over there, I had some sun coming in at the sunset. And so the sun was hitting my camera lens just right. And it ended up putting like basically like a whiteout to where you couldn't really see me. Now, you could still hear me. And I did think like, I wonder if I should just leave it and say to people, it's like one video. I'm so sorry. I apologize. It's one video. Listen, but like I do, I just listen to videos. But then I thought, you know what? Redo it, right? Redo it. People don't want to look at the screen all faded and whited out. So I redid that video. But then I had to wait till it was getting darker. And by the time I was done knitting for 45 minutes, it was dark. Now, obviously, right, I'm visually impaired. And I've said it many times. I knit and crochet by feel. So it doesn't bother me to sit in the dark and knit. Because guess what? I sit in the dark and knit all the time, y'all. I do. I'll knit. If I can't sleep, I'll get up at 1 in the morning and knit in the dark. And I actually like it because for me, if I turn on a light at 1 o'clock in the morning, it tends to wake up my brain and tell my brain, like, get up, it's time to be awake. And so I feel like if I keep the room dark, it's going to help me to fall back to sleep sooner. So I honestly think it is great to be able to knit and crochet by feel in the dark. Plus, hey, when the power goes out, your girl's going to keep on knitting. She'll be knitting up some socks, keep everybody warm. So it doesn't bother me when it gets dark to just keep on knitting. How about you, the viewer? Does it bother you to just sit and listen while I knit in the dark? Doesn't bother me, but I'd love to hear from you on your thoughts on that. So, anyway, though, I think this video's probably been long enough. I just wanted to have a little conversation with you and invite you to my celebration. Of course, let you see the shawl, right? This thing is beautiful. When I did the Whip Wednesday video with it, where I'm sitting in the backyard at the apricot trees, I did put a link in there to Crystal's YouTube tutorial. So you can find it there. If I remember, I will put a link in this video as well in the description box. But you know what? Sometimes I don't remember. Yeah, I just posted a Finish Your Friday video of the Dottie Ruffle baby dress. And I said in the video, I'm going to, add in this clip so you can see how I adapted the pattern. You can see it as a whip. And then I forgot. So, I do sometimes do that. I forget, or because I'm posting the video at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I got insomnia. So then I forget. So anyways, but I did think this glitter alpaca is absolutely the perfect thing to bring to a celebration, right? If you can't have a real alpaca, bring glitter alpaca shawls. So I just kind of wanted to take you down a journey, talk about where we've been, right? We've seen the tank tops, talk about where we've been on this journey in the last 50 videos, and talk about where we're going. And as I said, I really am open to constructive feedback, right? I'm open to suggestions, ideas, questions, and comments. So as always, thank you so much for being a part of this journey, for tuning in, for watching. And you know what I like to end with, right? Creative. Oh, I did also want to say I am going to be talking more about my memoir. I've said it before. I'm working on writing it. No publication date in sight. I haven't even contacted anybody yet. But I do feel a need to start talking about it some more. So you're probably going to hear some videos on that. If that's not your thing, that's okay. If you're just here for the yarn, you don't need to listen to stuff about my memoir or my guide dogs, or my visual impairment, or my cooking. But hey, if you want to, it certainly does help out with the whole YouTube algorithm, right? When people watch, it says to YouTube, hey, we like this channel. We're going to promote her more, okay? So if you're at all interested, you want to leave it on in the background while you're cleaning, that's totally fine. It really does help me out in the YouTube verse. But we are going to do more talking about that. But anyways, you know what I like to say, right? I like to end my videos with, creativity is for everybody. Whether you see or you see like me, which is not so much, not in color, not in the day, or you don't see at all. Creativity is for you. And whether it's knitting or crocheting or sewing or quilting or beading or sculpting or painting or weaving or carving or whatever it is that you do, today is a great day to craft and create. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye for now. Oh, and if you're a returning viewer, I will turn on the light at the end and allow you to see the shawl. Hang on, I'll put you on pause. Okay, alrighty, my friends. Well, here it is, the glitter Christmas wheel of alpaca, made with a free tutorial by Crystal from Bag O' Day Crochet. So I'm going to find a way to get some of those yarn art cakes of the glitter wheel of alpaca, and I'll share them with you, let you see them, ask you for your ideas and thoughts on what I should be doing with them. This is gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous. I really do regret not buying this in more colors because I want to make a knitted shawl with this yarn. You just know I do. Alrighty, well, thanks for listening. Until next time, happy stitching. Alrighty, bye-bye for now.